judged over a period of time.
Yo, what's going on? This is the NOC, the Nerds of Color, and we are back. I am Kuya, back with another NOC exclusive, and returning, he's back. My boy, AZTECH. What's up, brother? You see him on the screen. Yo, man, it's a pleasure to see you, man. Again, you helped me kick it off last year, getting back into the swing of things in 2020. We're now here in 2021. It's a pleasure to see you again and keeping this friendship and this creativity going. I know you've got some special announcements that you're gonna, throw it to our NOC fans, your fans, because we love you, man. You're giving us energy in these dark times that is COVID that's still pursuing into 2021, which is sad, but there's a brighter future ahead. We got to stay optimistic, people. And through the work you're doing, you keep giving us hope, man. So thank you again for that energy, AZTECH, man. It's a pleasure to see you, brother.
No doubt. Likewise, brother. Likewise.
All right, bro. So let's dig in, man. Well, before we get into the announcements, let's get some expectations. Like, man, we just wanted to tune in, but let's connect real quick. What have you been up to since the last time I hollered at you?
Still going strong with the soundtracks. That's kind of taking up most of the time. Anime soundtracks. Staying busy, man. I mean, still I was somebody who was so heavy on the live show scene, and that's obviously hasn't happened. I haven't been on stage in a year, and it's that's obviously kind of killing me. But luckily with what I do, being like the anime soundtracks, the production of that doesn't really stop. So you know what I mean. That has been pretty damn busy with that. A lot of returning seasons, a couple new titles, that I'm pretty psyched about. Jujutsu Kaisen just won Anime of the Year, the Crunchyroll Award.
Yeah, let's throw them air horns.
Super honored to be part of that. That was another one that was kind of it was a newer. I mean, it was based off a manga, but it was a newer anime. People didn't know how it was gonna go, and did pretty well, man. So pretty psyched about
fans, bro. You've got people hit me up, yo, bro. Your boy's on that shit. Yeah, man, that shit's tight, dog. Like, mad love to you, man. It's got a lot of love out here in these streets, man. So respect. So you've been keeping 100. I know things get down, but you turning that negative into positives. So I love that, man. Making shit happen. So what we want to throw at them today, man? What we got? The anticipation is built. Let's throw it at him. What you got for me, man?
Yes, sir. So if you follow me on wherever this Friday I am dropping Yi, the EP, which Yi obviously, of course, being my actual last name.
Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to give a little bit of insight too of like why this is coming out so unexpectedly. So I had dropped the Dusty Stereo 2 in October. And if you noticed or not, there was a little bit of some issues, without really getting too heavy into it. Label, BS and some licensing stuff. And, so a few of those joints got taken down. Unfortunately, the ones that, I fought for stayed up, and about 2-3 weeks ago, I got hit up by a organization, a label that I've worked with before, and they pretty much had a hole in their release dates, and they hit me up and they were like, "Do you think you can get us an EP in about 2 weeks?" And so of course I said yes, and my original plan was to kind of do like a rehashing of the Dusty Stereo, maybe do some remixes and things like that. And then, unfortunately, given certain things that have been happening, mainly being, the attacks on the Asian Americans, and things like that, I kind of felt like it was, I don't want to say my duty because I don't want to be like an egomaniac, but like I felt like it was kind of necessary for me to represent a little bit right now, which is why, I named the project Yi. And there is a couple joints that were like rehashings of what was on Dusty Stereo, but I recorded some new stuff, and the intro being a very, very like kind of personal statement towards what's going on, I know, and it's actually like really hit my heart that, the Asian community has been standing up a lot and speaking out now, and because we never really had that too much before.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a sign of the times and everything. And yeah, and I at first I didn't really know how to approach the situation, man. Being like a hip hop artist, you know, the only really way I know how to speak on things and talk about things is in this way. So I felt like it was necessary to kind of do
Definitely,
something
yeah.
in that aspect. So that being said, that's why I kind of decided to just represent hardcore right now and put this out there, and we'll see what happens, man.
Oh, bro, no, I love it, man. That you use what do what you know, and it's. I've been trying to think too in my small ways. Luckily, I have, as you know, I have the Nerds of Color where we have our social networkings and where we put up articles. We can reshare articles and promote and tag team with different people. And with you with music, that dude, I think music can connect a lot more than cats that don't want to read anything.
Right, for
So
sure.
if you can hit them in the head with the music, it's film and music that kind of really reaches the masses more so than anything. So I think it's a beautiful thing that you're using your voice with your music to speak out on what's happening, man. Because it has been, yeah, with all the pandemic stuff that we're already experiencing, to have just this added additional racism, happening, especially to the AAPI community, that you and I are a part of, is sad and depressing. And, everybody's thinking about what they can do and how do
Right,
we raise money and stuff and contribute to building a better society and, fixing the problem.
for sure.
So I think it's amazing, man. And I love the sound of this project, and sad to hear that that you had those issues with Justice Stereo, but that comes with as we know the business.
It's yes, what it
So
is.
you're taking that situation and come in with that with Yee, and then to add some new uh you know projects to that with these new tracks with what's going on now is just dope, bro. I can't wait to peep it, man. Yeah,
Yeah, for
thank
sure.
you.
I
Yo,
mean, it's
so how did you going in regards to the issues, man? Like when this stuff first started kicking off, it was already, last year, beyond just, the COVID-19 and shit, was that when it was first popping off, it was kind of like signs. I don't know if you were kind of feeling it the same way, because we had the evil orange cat already at the break
right,
saying the China virus and all this bullshit. We knew this shit was gonna happen and build,
right,
and it sure enough did. And then, but then at that time we had the whole BLM stuff happening, with the disrespect to our African American and black, people around the world. So obviously, and then the injustice of and killing of them by the police,
hmm
and all that happening. And now here we come. It's like we have next. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
what the fuck? Like, we've got to make a change and build from that. But how did that, when you were first hearing these attacks, within the past couple of months, on our elders, bro? And that's
Yeah,
what hurts the most.
that's
Being
that's
elders that can't really do nothing.
that's really what it is. I mean, like as Asian Americans, we do know that like our elders are held to a certain place, man, and they're also Asian elders are we know they're the last people to kind of cause a commotion or to even call the cops or report anything happening to them, so us knowing that, it kind of hits us that much more, to know that it's, then you start picturing like, your family
Our
members
parents,
and
our
your
fam, our
parents,
aunts, our uncles.
and like
Have any of your parents or fam reached out to you? Have there been any concern on their
um
just being out
yeah,
and
I mean,
about?
not so much like physically, just the same old like ignorant shit, but what ended up happening was, a lot of these were in the Bay Area, they were in New
Yeah.
York, and then you know, about a month ago, something happened in the city I live in currently, and then it's just like, yo, this shit's way too close to home now. Like, that's a street I walk down every day. And then I start to kind of go track back into like my mind state from 15 years ago when I was a totally different person. Like, if I saw that would have came back out again, man, and it wouldn't have been pretty. You know what I mean? And it
Bro, I
just
ain't lying. I'm like every day. Oh, I wish somebody would push an elder around
yeah,
me.
that
I'm
and
gonna go off.
that's pretty much the mindset I'm in right now, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. But like, it's you know, and that's why I said like I kind of chose to, you know, I'm not gonna it. I don't want to make it sound like my entire album is about this because it's not. But mainly was the intro, and I said it in my way, man, and you know, I just felt like that really needed to kind of be said because I don't, you know, I'm not the type to be like really a social media kind of like shooting things off on social media because I like to kind of really think things through before I say them outward, you know. I'm an MC, man. I'm a rapper, so I kind of fly off at the mouth, man, you know. And I kind of wanted to, you know, be able to articulate it a certain way and speak to people, you know, even so, like, other than just our people, man, the people in general, because I think it's always been this way. I feel like, you know, certain things kind of get swept under the rug with our community. Sometimes it's not taken serious, you know, and I feel like that's partially on us as well, because I don't think maybe we need to kind of amp that up a bit, you know what I mean? And even like for me personally, like, you know, where I live, man, like my circle that I run with music, I mean, I have Asian members of my group and everything, but like as far as like my music circle, the majority aren't Asian, you know, so they, and what the most like crazy thing about this whole thing is I feel like if you're not Asian, I feel like a lot of people just don't even know this shit's happening sometimes because if I follow all these Asian news outlets and places, you know, I don't, it's not getting reported on the news really much or anything like that. So it's, you know, I wouldn't even have really known, you know, and then obviously like my non-Asian friends and people I work with aren't, you know, following Asian news outlets. So like they're like, just when I bring it up to them, they're like, damn, really? I didn't even know that shit was happening. You know what I mean? And it's so like, that's another reason why, you know, I feel like it is kind of, you know, my duty to speak on it in a certain way, man. So.
Hell yeah, that's and so thank you for doing that. And I know this isn't all encompassing, but I feel as both Asian Americans, and we're both very empathetic to what's going on with our community and with what's going on in the world, especially with your music. That it is important we talk on it, and because just for the simple fact, like you stated, I've got a lot of family in South Carolina and in other areas where there isn't a lot of other cultures. And so like, that's the only way we're going to cure this in a way is that like, sometimes, you know, you want to be quiet, get your head around everything. But if people aren't aware, because it's not being spread out to the masses, it's only, you know, like you said, through like Asian Twitter that we're finding out about certain things that we've got to educate because there's so much ignorance. And, we had a dude who was saying China virus all the time. And
for sure,
if you can't put two and two together, that the former person who is in the most leadership position didn't inspire a lot of this hatred, then you're blind as hell.
Yeah, you're just purposely ignoring.
Exactly. So, man, thank you again for doing your part, and you know, we all have to come up with our plan, a way to speak out. But I on my, you know, from me to you as a Asian cat that loves hip hop and loves what you're doing. To just the fact that you threw that in there is I appreciate that. So thank you for me. So with that being said, you know, I don't want to put it, you know, we don't want to stay on that too long because there's so much more.
100%.
Yee. So you, as you said, some of it is some Dusty Stereo stuff that kind of got retooled. What other things are we talking on Yee? Is it all encompassing of who my man Aztec Yee is? Because it's self-titled in a way. You know, are we going to get into elements? We going to learn some nerd shit about you, bro? What are we learning about Yee?
100%. So if you look at the cover, the album cover, it's actually, it's me in my current state sitting in an old school Yi Dynasty throne, which was King Sejong, who was, you know, my ancestor, 6 generations up. So,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, go ahead.
Yeah, that's another thing, a reason to, you know, to really rep, you know, and King Sejong actually invented the Korean alphabet. So like it's kind of like being a writer, kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of try to intertwine that together. I have no, you know, usually on my projects, I'll have like one quote unquote, like big name feature, like somebody I grew up listening to or something. This one, since it was more personal, I didn't really reach out outside of my clique. I got some of the Hybrid Thoughts homies on there. The single, which is going to come out midnight, the day of the release, is called Automatic Classic, and it's featuring Saucy Lady, who's a member of Hybrid Thoughts.
Oh.
And that's more like a throwback track, a throwback to my b-boy days mainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be the single that comes out. A throwback to everything that inspired me. Everything from hip hop to kung fu flicks to everything, pro wrestling, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's all in boy
Cool.
track. So.
So I forgot you into wrestling. I'm gonna have to holler at you. There's been a lot of elements going on in wrestling, so we're gonna have to talk on that later.
No, for sure. Also, shout out to b-boying being in the Olympics now, man.
Hell yeah.
That is some shit, man. It's a big win for hip hop, man.
Yes, sir.
It's funny. I was telling my wife, I was like, maybe I should have stuck with b-boy. I could have been an Olympic athlete right now. You know what I mean?
Yo, trust, same, bro. I was heavy. Yeah, we talked on that, man. Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
So we got Yee coming through, and as you were saying, there's also some soundtracks that are gonna be coming through soon too. Anything we want to talk on that on?
Yeah, for sure. So the show, as I already spoke on, is out. Jujutsu Kaisen. It's nearing the end now. That soundtrack is, I believe, going to be the first one dropping. I think that is in April, but also Dr. Stone Season 2, which has been currently airing on Crunchyroll and in Japan. That soundtrack is also coming out in the spring, I think the same month, in April. And Dr. Stone was kind of, I still credit Dr. Stone to being the kind of show that kind of like gave me new life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's out in July. Out in Japan right now, but it'll be on U.S. Netflix in July. Is Beastars Season 2, and I'm actually really psyched about that because that was a show that I was watching anyways on Netflix, and then I got approached to do a record for it, and then I did get to see a couple episodes as they're airing in Japan, and man, the song that I didn't know what it was for, and watching the show without giving too much away, it's actually the theme song for a character that I really like. So that actually is really cool. And and lastly, it's coming out in the fall. It's a brand new anime called Sakugan, translate to Sacks and Guns in English. That's another one that's a manga, but it's actually like it's more of like a lesser known one, but it's from the same production company, Toho Animation. So I'm pretty psyched about that because, all these soundtracks I've worked on, this one I was the most involved in.
Hell yeah.
So my man, Paranom from Hybrid Thoughts, we did about 8 joints for this one, and which is almost the whole entire soundtrack, So really pumped about how that one's gonna go, since I had such a big hand in that soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah, super excited about that, and that's gonna be another one of those mysteries. Like, there's no real gauge on how it's gonna do, but the same way Jujutsu Kaisen was, and that turned out all right. So,
dope,
man.
Hell yeah, bro! Congrats, man. Yo, looking forward to that. Wishing you nothing but the best. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do well, man. And with the music blessing that you're giving it, it's gotta be hype. It's gonna be hype, man. That's awesome, sure. Man. And Yee, looking forward to that Joker, man. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate you letting us know over here at the Nerds of Color, the NOC, because you NOC fam, you NOC squad now, bro. As sure. you know. So sure. Yeah, really appreciate you, man. Loving your vibe, loving what you're doing. And with what's going on in the community in the world, man, you trying to speak where you can, and that's all you can do, or not do, and be like, what's up with that, right. When you speaking your truth to the world, what's happening in the world is gonna come through the music. So yeah, that's beautiful, man. And I again, like I said, I appreciate it at the utmost because it's crazy, and just the energy helps with what's going on with the negative energy that's going. So yeah, man, that's dope, bro. I really appreciate that, man. Mad respect.
Yes, sir.
Loving the vibe, man. And we gonna have to come through and nerd out on some nerd shit. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna leave you yet. You know what? Because we are the Nerds of Color. I've been doing nerd checks since the last time you and I linked up.
Okay.
Been doing my show pal show, and that's one of the when I end off, I'm like, you know, we're on the Nerds of Color.
I've been tuning into that almost every time, man. That's some dope stuff there.
Thank you, brother.
You and the two ladies there, man. I'm really digging that.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, man. You know, I had being a Filipino Asian American, and all the stuff we've been doing with that, you know, I had to do something for my fam in Filipinos, and but yeah, and with the knock, I'm still showing love to all my other Asian Americans and everything. But yeah, because you know, I rep my, you know, we gotta rep my Pinoy squad. You know, y'all the Korean brothers got your thing too, so you know, y'all got it out there too.
For sure.
So you know, we gotta, you know, we all gotta rep our peoples.
For sure.
But nerd check, bruh. And because you brought up wrestling right now,
Let's go.
Who you got right now? Are you AEW or are you WWE or both?
Honestly, man, I'm trying to get more into AEW. And I was when they first launched. I was trying to go like against the grain and really tune into that. But I mean, I don't know. It's just like the history in me and everything. I can't leave WWE, man. I can't do it.
I love the spirit of AEW, and I've had the blessing of speaking with so many of the AEW cats,
right?
With the knock, and I got more on the way. I love what they're doing. I love the energy because there's some toxicity over at WWE. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know Vince McMahon is a little much on these guys. They're supposed to be independent contractors, but they don't get to really do stuff that an independent contractor should be able to do. So it's kind of a stranglehold. So that's why I kind of want to see another contender.
Yeah, no, very much so.
You know, so very much so. You know, but I still got love for WWE, and you know, but AEW, come on, you're building. So who are your wrestlers that you're really peeping right now? And then I'll really throw my gauntlet question because we have WrestleMania coming up soon. But we actually have Fastlane before that. But you know, it's probably gonna be the same card. We kind of know if you're really
it goes, right?
You know what's up. So who's your people right now that you really are into, both male, female wrestling?
My number one is Asuka.
Top 5.
Asuka's my number one right now.
Asuka, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so top 5 females. Let's get it. Asuka number 1.
Hometown Sasha Banks, of course.
Yes, sir.
Females, shit. Man, honestly, the whole female roster is kind of killing it right now. I mean, you know, they are. Gotta show love to Nia Jax.
Okay.
You know,
you got 2 more you want to throw up in your top 5.
Top 5. You know what? I'm gonna say, even though she was injured a lot, man, Ember Moon.
Ember Moon, yeah, okay. And she's over at NXT right now, killing it. Yeah. Yep. Give me one more. And they can be NXT as well or whatever, you know.
Right.
Want to, cross over.
You know what? Last female out.
And it could be AEW as well.
Right. I mean, I gotta show love to Naomi actually, because I feel like she didn't get a fair shake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, hey, since we're on the eve of Raw, or no, the after the day after of Raw. I don't know if you caught it yesterday. Did you see the Naomi Nia match, bro?
I did.
Bruh. I have love for Naomi and I got love for Nia, but I feel it was only like 8 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
That was straight like disrespectful on how quick that was.
No,
and what do you think of that they got going on with her, Nia and Shayna, and Naomi and Lana right now? What do you feel on that, man?
It's cool. I mean, see, this is where I feel like WWE kind of faults. I do feel like that was kind of just like a storyline thrown together because of those 4 females who are all talented, but there was not really like a place for them to put, them in. So I feel like they kind of just mashed 4 of them together. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's tough. And the whole situation with Lana in general is just kind of odd.
What are they? I'm not sure what they're doing with my girl right now.
You know, there's turmoil there due to her husband and things. So it's tough to think of that way. I mean, in general, man, like it's kind of odd that I am still like a WWE head because they constantly do people I love wrong, man. Like my man
I
Nakamura,
know,
man
dude.
Nakamura's world champion. You know what I mean? Like
Trust. Yeah, bro. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I love to me WWE, the female division are beasts, but right now they're fucking it up. Like SmackDown is killing it pretty good, but like over on the Raw side, they're fucking around. Like I don't know what the fuck they doing. Like they're really doing my girl Oscar Greasy, like you said, that's your number one. But like, where was she during Elimination Chamber? She was supposed to have like this whack with Lacey Evans and shit. I'm like, bruh, but this whole pregnancy thing, I don't know what they're doing. They disrespecting my girl Oscar,
and then she gets the tooth knocked out.
you know. But I love that Sasha's finally getting some love when she's kind of been her whole story, man, has been up and down.
Right.
And again, representing Beantown over there where you're at, man. Yep. But with her and Bianca, who I fucking love, Bianca.
Oh man, you know what?
That
I have to throw her actually in the number five. No disrespect to Naomi, but
yeah, Bianca's a beast. All right. So before we get to WrestleMania, and I didn't want to change your whole interview up, this whole, Aztec back on into wrestling, but we nerding out right now. That's what the nerds are calling.
That's what it is, man.
So let's head over to the fellas. Who's your top five in the fellas, bro?
Man,
Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW. Who are the fellas that are killing it still for you?
Nakamura, man. Like, I feel he's underutilized.
Okay. Yeah.
The charisma in that guy, man. I mean, come on.
His music is eternal.
Yeah, that's
it just gets you hype, bro.
You know how many times I have emailed WWE saying I can kill a Shinsuke Nakamura theme. Just let me do it. But
shut the fuck up. You got a verse for it?
I could. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
I've hit them up being like, I can do such a dope theme for this guy, and never know where it's back, but we'll see. Have to put those Japan connects to work soon. But believe it or not, man, I actually
there's any WWE people involved with the music and stuff. Y'all are killing it on music. But check my boy out, Aztec. Sure. I need you on there, bro. Kill it
for sure.
Yeah. All right, Shinsuke.
Believe it or not, man, I think The Miz is one of the best heels of this generation. I really do.
True. True.
Okay. God, there's a lot, man. I'll forever be a Kofi Kingston fan.
Okay, yeah. Still hometown.
And by the way, speaking of not getting a fair shake, like, come on with that title run and the way it ended. Like, the way it ended. Mainly the way it ended. Totally not cool with that. Oof. It's tough, man. It's such a big roster, man.
Two more. You can do it.
Let's see. It's tough. I'm really trying to think because I've always been like a mid-card fan guy, you know
what? I'm with you. Sometimes with the people they try to put into the title, nah, son. They're trying to fix it, I feel,
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, I'm happy Lashley has it right now. I know he took down your man Miz last night. We just had that.
Yeah, that was actually really amped though to see that. I was very amped to see him win that though. That was cool.
Yeah, 17 years for that cat. Man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Two more, man.
You can do this.
Yeah. See, with the current guys, I kind of lumped them all together, man. So it's.
I gotta tell you, if I were doing this right now that I'm putting on you, it would be hard for me as well. Because to me, the women is what brought me back to WWE. To be honest,
same.
You know what I'm saying? Mad respect to Drew, but Drew is kind of, I don't know. It's just so for me. So like, I love that Lashley is in there. Actually, matter of fact, the Hurt Business from out the gate, and to me, it happened with just bringing back my man MVP out of nowhere at the Rumble. And it was like, you know what? He was only supposed to be there. I don't know if you heard the story on that, but his son was like, they were in his hometown. His son was like, I would love to see you wrestle because his son never got to see him wrestle. And, he hit WWE up. They let him be in the Rumble. And then like he had like a 6-month contract and then it built into a longer contract. And then he brought back, you know, all the black cats that were wrestling that weren't really getting any love.
Yeah.
So to me, that showed, for black wrestlers in WWE, it helped spark a new movement with them, with the Hurt Business.
For sure.
Kind of redesigned Lashley with what was going on with the Lana shit, and Lashley wasn't really, that was all over the place.
That was corny. Yeah, but you know what? Speaking of being a mid-card fan, I will
go. I was trying to give you time. I was giving you time.
I will say this, man, because I was a big fan of him in the previous era, man, and to see him now back, that also gave him new life, man. Shelton Benjamin, one of the most talented cats ever.
Yeah.
And never got a fair shake, and that's actually gave him a new grounds to stand on. And although I'll say this for the last one, only because I feel like his longevity has proven so much, and his recent headline, Randy Orton, man. Shout out to Randy Orton, especially now putting Soulja Boy in his place yesterday, man. That was that was entertaining to me. So.
Hell yeah. RKO out of nowhere, man. Randy, although it was weird with the whole, was it yesterday's episode? I don't know if it was before, but like when he has this whole storyline going on, you know, right now with
Alexa.
What's her name? Alexa Bliss, and he had the doppelganger thing. Was that last night?
Yeah.
That was kind of like somebody was playing Legend of Zelda. Whoever the writer, all yesterday's episode was kind of weird. It was like it had to be a former gamer that was writing yesterday's episode. But all right, cool. I can feel that list. I can get down with RKO. So we had Shinsuke, we had
Kofi.
Kofi, we had Shelton, The Miz. Yeah, actually it was Shinsuke, Miz, Kofi, Shelton, and now RKO. That's a decent top 5 right there. That's a decent top 5.
That's for the current cats. You know, it's tough because I do love
if we were to do legends, I think that would probably be easier. Do you have like a legends? So give me a legends then. Who's your top 5 legends of the squared circle, bro? For me, The Rock is number 1.
Mm-hmm. He's there.
The Rock is right there. Who you got number 1?
The Great Muta.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's forever my 1.
Okay.
The Rock.
Okay.
Taker.
Okay.
I know like towards the end of his life some weird shit came out about him, but being my age, man, Warrior was just that dude, man, you know.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Bro, I feel bad. I feel weird. Well, I don't say I feel bad, but like you said, because of this shit towards the end and just kind of like the weirdness, I feel weird about it. But during our time, there was nothing like Warrior versus Hogan and just
watching the guy come to the ring, man. It was
bro. Yes.
That music hitting.
Yeah.
And my number 5 is a bit weird.
Okay.
But I was obsessed as a youngin', man, during the Attitude Era, man. D'Lo Brown was my dude, man. That was my dude.
I can feel D'Lo. I can feel D'Lo. Was it? I think there's a brother during that time too but he kind of just fell out. Bad News Brown is coming to mind, but I don't think it was Bad News Brown. But did Bad News Brown have the red tights?
You're thinking of Ahmed Johnson, I think.
That's who I'm thinking of. Ahmed Johnson was my guy for a hot minute, but then all of a sudden he disappeared.
Yeah, he was like in the.
I thought he was gonna blow the fuck up.
He was. I think he was supposed
Ron
to. Man.
Simmons, the Harlem Heat, young. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I actually got a chance to meet Ron Simmons, man. He was a real cool dude, man. I actually there was one year where I just I was going to cons a lot, man, and I tried to meet the whole nation because that was one of my favorite factions ever, you know.
Hell yeah!
I did meet Ron, I met D'Lo, and I met the Godfather. So I got those 3 that year, but yeah.
Damn, nice.
Yeah,
I love it, man. Hey, thanks for letting me have fun wrestling talk with you, bro. Because every now and then it's kind of rare to. That people are like old school like that with the wrestling, man. So thank you for that. But thank you from the top blessing us with the news on your new project. Yee. I'm gonna put some of the information in the description about how you can cop Yee and all of that. But let's tell them as well, bro, before we get up out of here, how they can hit you up. And then and as I said, it's all in the description as well. But we'll have it from your mouth to their ears. Somehow they can hit you up.
For sure, man. It is Aztec Yi on Instagram. It's Aztec YI on Instagram. Kirk Aztec Yi on Facebook. Asiatic Techniques on pretty much anything else. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be a little more active on social media than I have been in the past lately. So, because I feel like that did hurt me a bit. But also, man, if you are in the Boston area, March 13th, I will be speaking at the Stop Asian Hate rally in the Boston Commons.
Hell yeah.
I'll be there, and yeah, man, Yi drops this Friday, man. So you'll be able to cop that pretty much anywhere. All the usual spots. iTunes, Amazon. You can stream it on Spotify, all that good stuff, man. So yeah, man. It's
Yes. So this will be dropping. I'm gonna have to get it. So already I know now because he put the dates out there. I want to have this happen before that drops. So I got work to do. So
sure.
My man Aztec, bro, appreciate you, brother, man. Again, you rejuvenated me in 2020. You keeping me fresh again in 2021. Nothing but mad blessings and love to you, bro, with everything you do and doing what you do and using your voice with what you do to speak out with what's going on, but also, without just speaking on it, but to just give us life with your music as well. And if you can educate with it, cool. I know sometimes it may be difficult, because you're trying to reach a lot of people, but we do what we can when we can. And I thank you for when you can do it. And if you're not doing it, but just from the vibe of the music to give us that energy to still, keep building with what's going on in the world, man. So thank you as always, bro. Appreciate you, man. Aztec, NOC fam, your boy Kuya P. We are out of here. Nerds of Color, NOC exclusive. Follow us at the Nerds of Color everywhere. You know what it is. And yeah, all my shit's down there too below in the description. Check out my man Yi. Cop that album right now. Aztec. Your boy Kuya P, we out of here. Boom.
Classic. Adjective. Judged over a period of time to be the highest quality and outstanding of its kind. Now, a work of art. Recognized and established value. Drop kicking with the plot, thinking revise the top. Written bevel the perception of an insight that's God-given, shallow and brain slide. Splash in a sea of dope, Scotch stay the top. Overdub on Korean folk. First cypher body rock, Bronx battle, poppin' lock. One crew, get Molly rock, way past the Holly rock. Lamp on Beat Street, wild styles to crush grooves. Writing dirty rhymes on a 45 bus route. Stop. Track back to a Saturday, my soul on nights. And define what Donnie had the way. Bank off a backboard, aim for the grass spot. Black top, hockey gravel, caught up in a slap shot. Truck tag, grip tape, breaking on concrete. Before the backpackers started rhyming on off beat. Shotgun Saturday, brush.
Hustlers G's, YG's, G.O.D's. I did it all. I spit it, y'all, right rhymes, and I collide with criminals. Try and maneuver when I fire the bazooka. The authentic, the lavish of the fabrics, but the cloth different.
Catch fire like Pryor up in a Pinto. Gold throne, double-seated sire in a king show. Slither in a lion mane, face fuck Medusa. Get my rocks off, face stuffed like a Kusa. Yellow peril, red rum, black hand, iron palm. Warfare of Mayan gods, knuckles on a lion fraud. All fuck dial tone, can't be your call. Your art's overrated, you like Andy Warhol. Savage double axe, handle crash, raise the dead. Toothpick up in the camera, last ride, razor's edge. Tears from the hot, stored under the floorboard. Rockin' half face with a phantom of warlord. Holes up in the stall door, one shot, golden gun. Odd job, out of range, sun drop, hole in one. Textile sparks down a pentagram flame. Game of radiation directly to the brain.
Yo. Hustlers G's, YG's, GOD's. I did it all, I spit it y'all right